can and afford.
As the speaker tells it, the pressure is growing.
It pains me that my colleagues are being threatened or shut out from medical care for themselves and their families, and worse, that patients in great need are being refused care because of introduction of this bill.
The intent of her bill is to provide a way for those who can't afford it to be able to file a legitimate medical malpractice claim. Currently, the law mandates that all claims must go through costly arbitration, which is out of the reach for many. She says even the court has said it's unfair to deny people justice because they can't afford it. Her measure seeks to remedy that by removing mandatory arbitration and adding the option of going before a magistrate's judge.
Bill 112 has evoked a strong response from our doctors who are afraid that opening barriers for legitimate claims might increase their costs or change their way of practice.
In fact, doctors have said it will have a chilling effect on their practices. They won't venture into other subspecialties out of fear they could be sued. Malpractice insurance, if they can get it, is costly. And because many doctors are small business persons too, the higher costs will ultimately be passed on to patients. But Terlaje says her bill does not require malpractice insurance, and there are explicit protections for doctors under the magistrate option.
The ability of doctors to practice outside their specialty is not considered malpractice today, or if it's not considered malpractice today, this standard of care would continue.
She has received suggestions from a physicians group, but she calls them unsustainable because the funding generated, for example, would only be able to cover a handful of claims.
I am asking the medical community to continue to come forward in good faith, to attend our public hearings with productivity, and to send in your suggestions. And to the people of Guam, I encourage you to come forward with your stories, your questions, and your concerns.
An informational hearing on the bill was held earlier this week. The first public hearing is scheduled for July 7th. Terlaje says the one thing they can't do is nothing.
There has to be a change. If we decide as a legislature no change, then we are deciding to purposely, while it's been laid out straightforward in front of us, to purposely exclude poor people and even middle-class people from seeking justice.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.